Hello friends, Dr. John WorldPeace JD coming to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's Tuesday, 16th of January. The title of this commentary is American Christians have arrived at a most critical political fork in the road with regards to Trump. See his cap, friends? Jesus over Trump in blue. I'm Dr. John WorldPeace JD, the only advocate for Jesus Christ, John 14:25, and the only global advocate for peace and world peace in the world human society. First, when Jesus, the Messiah, was born, the expectation was that he would come out of the sky with a horde of angels to remove the Romans from Israel. He was born in a manger. Not what they expected. In the Bible, there is no defined expectation of the advocate for Jesus, John 14:25. But there is an assumption that he would be extraordinary in some obvious way or ways. I have accomplished extraordinary things in my life, but I do not walk on water, appear and disappear, float up into the sky, and I'm not 20 feet tall. I have written extensively on Christianity. See kingofkingslordoflords.com. And I am very familiar with other corporate religions in the world human society and very familiar with non-corporate spirituality. I've lived a life of spirituality. Since 1988, when I changed my name, no one has challenged my claim to be the only advocate for Jesus, John 14:25, referred to in the Gospel of John. In today's high-tech multimedia society, it's very easy for someone to set up a Zoom meeting with any number of participants in which I am willing to be challenged by any Christian preacher. It's never happened. I practice law as an attorney, advocate, for 20 years. There's a rule in a lawsuit that any statement of fact that is not challenged as being untrue is taken as true. No one has ever challenged me as being the only advocate for Jesus, John 14:25. I'm open to being challenged for the rest of my life in this earth dreamscape. That said, the subject of this commentary is Donald Trump as a candidate for president. I'm also an independent, maverick, write-in candidate for President USA 2024. So at any point in the primaries, by voter caucus, and in the general election in November 2024, my name can be entered on any ballot if it is not printed there. And those votes must be counted and referenced in the final vote count. I absolutely believe that Trump is an abomination to God and Jesus for many reasons, but I'm only going to comment here on one overriding issue for Christians with regard to voting for Donald Trump for President USA 2024. Matthew 25:31-46, specifically in this commentary, verses 41-46. Then Jesus will also say to those on his left, "Depart from me, accursed one, into the eternal fire which has been prepared for the devil and his angels, for I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me nothing to drink. Was a stranger, and you did not invite me in. Naked, and you did not clothe me. Sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. Then the ones on the left will respond, Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or naked or sick or in prison and did not care for you? Then Jesus will answer them, truly, to the extent that you did not do it to one of the least of you, you did not do it to me. These will go to eternal punishment. Now, these are the red letter words in the Bible, meaning the actual words of Jesus out of his mouth. The red letter words are the highest ranked words of Jesus in the Bible. They rank above all not red letter words. Chapter 4 to 22 in the book of Revelation has no red letter words in it. That book is false. What these words mean is that if you disobey the admonition of Jesus, you will go to hell no matter if you think you're saved or not. These words override the words about being saved. The fact is, if you do not follow these dictates of Jesus, you were never saved. Now, these words are the core message of Jesus. Jesus preached love, compassion, forgiveness, and non-judgment. Trump has criticized what he sees as extreme positions on these issues above. He often characterizes these government policies to feed the sick, feed the hungry, heal the sick, shelter the homeless, etc., as impractical or harmful to the country. In his speeches and commentary, Trump over and over since 2015 cursed the radical liberal left message of Jesus to heal the sick, feed the hungry, shelter the homeless. Only Satan and his demons and followers are contrary to the above core foundational message of Jesus. You cannot be for Trump and Jesus. The above teachings of Jesus are by Christians deemed to be universal, timeless, enduring, eternally relevant. There must be no judgments to be considered as to why a person in the position he or she is in. These teachings were for all time, not just for when Jesus lived 2,000 years ago. These teachings of Jesus emphasize love, compassion, and practical care for others, especially the vulnerable and marginalized. Jesus advocates believers to actively engage in acts of kindness and charity rather than using theological justifications to avoid responsibility. Let me make one other critical point. Long ago, when God assigned prophets to Israel, if the king was bad, then God took responsibility for the bad acts of the king. The people were not blamed. But in a democracy, citizens take on the acts of those they elect, whether they voted for them or not. So the above not only applies to every individual and their individual acts, but also the acts of leaders in government. So governmental refusal to heal the sick, feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, etc., is owned by every American. You cannot vote for Trump at any level. You cannot support Trump on any level. You cannot support any politician who supports Trump. Since the Republican Party is supporting Trump, then you cannot vote Republican, because he curses the message of Jesus, and therefore he curses Jesus. That's the red letter words, friends. I don't care what your preachers told you. Hebrews 8:10 in the New Testament says, God has put his laws in your hearts and minds, and nobody needs to teach anybody. Meditate, pray, study, and you'll get the truth. If you vote for Trump, you've been paying attention to what is not true. Let those that have eyes see and those that have ears hear. It's Dr. John WorldPeace. Contribute, share, subscribe. There is information below this video regarding those things. Have a nice day. Time to wake up.